What's up, guys? Servicing the 1086. Okay, so I'll just take you through what I did. First I drained the oil, obviously. I let that drain out all day because I was working on other things. You may notice something in the top of your screen. I'll get to that. Anyway, these filters, I think what they did with this machine was they changed the oil and never changed any filters on it. I mean, they were a bear to get off. I could not with all of my might. What I did, I sprayed starting fluid on this rubber just to make it really pliable and grip them. And also clean this off. I pulled it so hard it just bent the filter. You know what I mean? They wouldn't come off. So maybe one of them came off good, but most of them were, yeah, here, I'll show you. So, yeah. But I did get them off, man. You can just tell that they weren't coming off. Yeah, look. Yeah. So, anyway, so here's how I looked in the manual and it just said, drink a lot of those to get off those. It sucked. But whatever, I got them off. And then what else? Yeah, these valves here, these were all no good. I've got the other ones here saved for my little video. I don't know why I do weird little voices like that. Anyway, but, they broke off when I tried to turn them on. And then they kind of broke off when I tried to get them off, too. Anyway, they didn't come out really easy, but, those came out good, so got those in there now. These I just ordered online, Ag Parts, USA or some, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, so that's on there. There was one there. And then this one sucked because it was back in there, and she did not want to come out, man. And I'm like, oh, God, I don't want to snap those threads, man. I don't want to. So I PB blasted the crap out of it and let her sit and just tried to have some patience with it. And that was that. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, fuel filter. Oh, I got to put the date on there. Sorry, guys. I just want to do it before I forget. So, 4/1/17. Mr. Nate. It'll be worth money someday. Anyway. That's some funny stuff. Anyway, there was an extra filter. I still got to get that filter. It didn't come with the service kit that I ordered. I followed that back. That goes right there to the trans. Right there to the side of the trans. And I figure it's probably for this. Maybe they had a planter hooked up to it or something like that. It's just an inlet. But yeah, I think that's what it's for. I called the IH dealer, and I talked him through it, and he was like, yeah, no, that's an option, but it's original to the tractor. I think it was an option that came with the tractor, because I don't know, I just think it is. I mean, it may be, but it may not be. I don't know, but it's right there. So yeah, so that's on there. Anyway, so all the fluids are drained right now, and the fuel filters are on. That's great. That's groovy. So here we're gonna talk about the big white elephant in the room, being that. Okay, so I'm like, it'll be real easy. It's 4 bolts. It comes right off. Yeah, it wasn't that easy. Here, I'll get the damn thing. So, it friggin' snapped off, man. These pipes right here. So these pipes right here, that come out of here, those are just in there with O-rings. There's nothing mechanically holding them in. Anyway, so I took it off. This one came out okay. And here's the thing. I thought it would, and this is where it was leaking too. So I'm like, man, that's probably going to be rusted on there. and yada, yada, yada. I don't know. And then I was thinking maybe I could have brazed that on there or even threaded that. But I don't know. I just needed to get it on. And, that could possibly work. I'm going to save it and keep it for maybe. I'll probably never need it again. It'll just be one of those things that I keep in my shop for the rest of my life. And maybe I don't know. Anyway, so the damn thing snapped. I couldn't believe that that's all that was holding that on there. I mean, and you can tell I put a little pressure on it, but it wasn't as hard as I could. Like it gave, and my heart just broke. I was like, no, Stella. Sorry, sorry, man. It went a little nuts over there. I cracked myself up, man. Anyway, so what I did was, let me put that little part down there. So what I did was I friggin' called around to the numbers I had. I don't get internet, so I can't do any research on it. So I called around, and there's a S&H dealership. They're New Holland. And they're like, the lady got on the phone. She's like, well, we pride ourselves in supplying aftermarket parts for IH. We used to be whatever, but they lost their license. I don't know. Anyway. And I'm like, oh, that's friggin' great. I got a 1086. I need an oil cooler. If I was calling that thing a trans cooler, I'm sorry. It's a friggin' oil cooler, whatever. And she looked it up. She goes, well, it's 600 and I'm not paying that. No, I'm not. And we can have it here by next Thursday, which is, a week. And I'm just like, man. So, and I couldn't really call around because I didn't have anyone else's number. So I called one of the guys that worked for me. Brian, thank you. When he was on his lunch break. And got an IH deal around here. It was 2 hours away. They had the part in stock, and I took the drive, man. 2 hours each way, half hour there. But here's what they gave me. And this thing, I'm like, okay, great. It'll bolt right up. Never underestimate the power of, Murphy's Law, man. Anyway, so there's some little O-rings on this side of it, and then there's obviously the O-ring in here and in here. These things just sit in here. All that just sits in there after you bolt it up. So I had to save these nipples. And even after I got, that part was broke off, that this thing was still had the pipe in it. So I soaked it. I friggin' soaked it in diesel fuel and PB blasted it. And I was gone like 5 hours, came back. And it was a bear to get out of there, man. It just did not want to come. So, and I didn't want to break it, you know what I mean? Like break the part off, the thing I broke the part off. I'm breaking shit over here, basically, guys. But anyway, so and then I was thinking heat, but it didn't get that far. My arm is getting tired. It didn't get that far. I did get it off, and then I just cleaned them up real good. Look how nice and shiny them bitches are. Anyway, cleaned them up real good, put the O-rings in, and I even put a little bit of black RTV, just a little bit in there. So I got new gaskets behind there too. But then I go to bolt it up, and I couldn't get the friggin' bolt holes to line up. They were off just a cunt here. And so then after fighting with it for like an hour and a half, I just took the whole thing off, took these out, and held it up there. No matter how you position that, the bolt holes didn't line up, this aftermarket part. I mean, they were just off a little bit, but the bolts wouldn't go. So I'm back to my trusty brand new Matco drill. I'm not going to show them to you guys. So anyway, and I just drilled them out just a smidge bigger and then, bolted right up. So then for extra fun, this was in the wrong place. On the other one, it comes out here a little more. So it was too far back. So this just comes off the top of the head. It's a drain. So I loosened that up, got it out of the way. I knew not to put on this filter or anything, or this filter and I actually did take this off too. I took it right off of there just to get it out of the way and make sure I had a nice clean area to work. But it wouldn't go on, And then I had to just, you can see she ain't exactly straight. That used to be straight. But I did what I had to do to get it in there, and now it's on there. So, yeah, gee, here, I don't know. Look at this. Yeah, that's the best in the world. Anyway, so that's it. I friggin' got it on there, and it better not leak. Anyway, whatever. So next, I'm gonna put the oil back in it. I'm gonna first, I'll probably do the antifreeze first. I got all that stuff over here. Put the antifreeze in it, and put the friggin' oil in it, and then the front half will be done, and then I'm gonna do the hydraulic oil. And then I got a filter for that too. The filter for the hydraulic fluid is actually right there. So anyway, and then there's a big O-ring that actually fits in there. So that is right there, baby. So that's about it. And then after this, so now I'm going to, hold on, don't make fun of my cup, man. Everyone that's cool is doing it, so, I'm having fun, though. Like, yesterday I started, it was like, oh, man, you're making me angry, like the Incredible Hulk. I'm about to friggin' Hulk this shit. And then, you know what I did, man? I do farms a bit in it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. That guy goes through stuff, man, and he just goes with the flow. And that's what I did. It's like, I could get pissed off, or I could just do what I have to, because there's so much stuff to do here. And, run into a snag and stuff takes longer. And it's part of it, though. I like doing this. So I'm not going to turn it into a job. I mean, it is a job, but not really, if just like electrical work, I enjoy it thoroughly. I love showing up to a factory and there's some big problems and figuring that out. I enjoy it. So if you enjoy what you're doing, it's really not work. It is, but it isn't, So I'm saying again a lot. All right, so that's it. Service on the 1086. Yeah, comment, rate, and subscribe if you want to.